Tonight on NewsLink Indiana, a Ball State trustee is suing the city of Muncie. I'll join the anchors at the desk to tell you what's causing all the unrest.
In devastation in Mexico, a powerful earthquake has left over 100 people dead, with the numbers continuing to rise.
And we are looking at a high of 85 for the rest of the week. We are looking at a high of average for 76 degrees. We will have more coming up. NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
From Ball State Unified Media, this is NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Bree Isom.
And I'm Tanner Holbrook. Thanks for joining us.
Our top story tonight, Ball State Board of Trustees member Tom Bracken is suing the city of Muncie for funding for the city's Mad Jacks project.
Yeah, Bree, that's right. A statement released by Bracken's attorney today says that he and others in the community have expressed concern over the use of public funds by the city, quote, for a very questionable deal that lacks transparency and includes what may appear to be conflict of interests. Ball State economist Michael Hicks called the Mad Jacks project a makerspace and feels projects like it are slowly getting phased out of city economies.
I think it's fair to say that maker spaces, half of which have closed over the past several years, co-working spaces and incubators are an experiment that the United States has participated in 25 years. Most communities have had some of these, but they're on the downswing. There are very few communities that are looking to these as important elements of what they do.
We are now joined by NewsLink Indiana's Tony Sandlaben, who has been following this story. He actually broke it earlier today. Tony, what can you tell us?
Well, Bree, Tanner, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thomas Bracken is seeking an injunction that would prevent the city from going ahead with the additional $4.5 million. It's important to note that he's not seeking any personal gain out of this financially. He's just trying to stop the dollars from going to the Mad Jacks project. He believes this deal would not be good for the city, and he's not alone. Muncie City Councilman Dan Ridenauer said on a phone call today that this plan would essentially force Muncie to take $200,000 a year away from other projects every year for the next 20 years in order to fund the Mad Jacks project.
So what exactly is Mad Jacks?
Well, Mad Jacks is supposed to be a hub for business minds and entrepreneurs to get together and create some kind of startup business. So let's say, Bree, you are a business mind, Tanner, you're an accountant, and I'm some sort of software expert. We would go together and meet up at a place like Mad Jacks. You would have your business idea. You would say, Tanner, what would the finances look like? You'd ask me, what technologies do we need? We put our heads together and start some sort of business at a place like that.
And you know, Bracken, he's a very well-known Ball State trustee. Why is he against this?
Well, Michael Hicks said that the data just doesn't support the theory that these makerspaces work and provide growth economically for cities. Like you heard him say, most projects like these have closed, and Muncie has had a number of these makerspaces for a couple of years now, but they just haven't made an impact on the economy like they were expected to. And now, based on his attorney's statement, it seems like Thomas Bracken agrees.
All right, Tony, thank you so much for that information. Be sure to tune in to NewsLink tomorrow night as well as ballstatedaily.com, where Tony will bring you the latest on this information.
We now know the name of an IUPUI student who died after being hit by a school bus yesterday. The Marion County coroner says 18-year-old Fatima Hazuna died due to injuries. Police say Hazuna was crossing the street on an IUPUI's campus when she was hit by a school bus. The bus is owned and operated by Durham Transportation, which is currently contracted to Indianapolis Public Schools. Hazuna was taken to Eskenazi Hospital, where she later died. Investigators say that she did have the right of way. The investigation is still ongoing, but Durham Social Services says the driver will no longer be driving when the investigation ends.
Sad news for kids everywhere. Popular toy store Toys R Us has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The announcement was made on Monday, with the store in hundreds of millions in debt. With roughly 1,600 locations nationwide, officials say the stores will stay open. This store is one of many retailers like Gymboree and Payless Shoe Source to file for bankruptcy because they struggle to compete with online sellers like Amazon. Right now, Toys R Us is working with suppliers to keep shelves stocked with toys and hope to address all of their financial constraints.
Vice President Mike Pence will be back in the Hoosier State this week. The former governor will be in Anderson on Friday. Right now, Pence is set to visit the flagship Enterprise Center. Republican sources say Pence is expected to call for federal tax reform.
President Trump is also expected to visit the Hoosier State sometime in the next week. The Indiana Republican Party announced Trump's visit earlier today. The visit comes after Trump is trying to persuade Democratic Senator Joe Donnelly to support a GOP-led tax overhaul. Donnelly faces re-election next year and is considered one of the most vulnerable Senate Democrats after a Republican sweep in Indiana for the 2016 election. No word yet on what day or where Trump will be visiting. Meanwhile, President Trump addressed world leaders at the UN General Assembly. This was his first time speaking to the assembly. Trump laid out an American-first approach to foreign policy. The president says the United States would not seek to impose its values on other nations. Take a look.
President of the United States, I will always put America first. Just like you, as the leaders of your countries, will always and should always put your countries first.
Trump did single out a handful of countries he considers, quote, enemies, even calling them evil and putting them on notice. The president also leveled a harsh threat to North Korea during his speech. Trump warned, quote, the U.S. will totally destroy North Korea if it threatens the U.S. or its allies. In the past, Trump has criticized the UN for not taking enough action.
At least 116 people have been reported dead in Mexico today following a powerful earthquake. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the epicenter of the 7.1 magnitude earthquake was located in the state of Puebla. That's about 75 miles southeast of Mexico City.
And a little closer to home, an earthquake in Illinois this morning was felt as far north as Indianapolis. The quake started in Albion, Illinois, and lasted only a few seconds, but it registered as a 3.8 magnitude. Wow, that's crazy. And you know, I hope we don't feel the earthquake
Oh,
here.
I really hope that we don't.
Yeah, but meanwhile, we've had some warmer weather.
Yeah, it's very humid today. I'm wondering if there's going to be some storms coming up in our forecast. or
Molly,
something.
what do you have for us?
Yeah, guys, it has been a very warm day and humid conditions as well. Let's go ahead and take a look right now across current conditions across Muncie. We are at 70 degrees. It is a bit warm one out there today as storms have been firing up earlier in the evening. This is going to be, you can start to see a little bit of the showers and thunderstorms begin to move through the Muncie area earlier in the night, but they will clear out by overnight hours, leaving no room for anything to impact your work day for tomorrow or even school day as well. So coming up in my full forecast, I'm tracking warmer temperatures in store for the rest of the week and weekend. Plenty of sunshine is in store as well, and what you can expect for the first day of fall on Friday.
All right, Molly, looking forward to it. Ahead on NewsLink, the Student Government Association wants to hear from you. We'll tell you how you can meet with the executive members.
And we have an update from the Muncie Animal Shelter and how animals from Hurricane Harvey are finding homes in Delaware County.
Let's go for a walk.
At Bark for Life of Delaware County.
September 23rd at Morrow's Meadow in Yorktown, presented by Midwest Homes for Pets.
Join the fun with your furry friend.
And raise money for the American Cancer Society. We'll see you there.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Let's go for a walk.
At Bark for Life of Delaware County.
September 23rd at Morrow's Meadow in Yorktown, presented by Midwest Homes for Pets.
Join the fun with your furry friend.
And raise money for the American Cancer Society. We'll see you there.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. Ball State Student Government Association is looking to get the student body more involved.
SGA is encouraging students to attend and sit in on its formal Senate meeting taking place tomorrow at the Ball State Student Center in Cardinal Hall B. The organization hopes students will be able to learn a bit more about the SGA and what it can do for them here on campus. Along with this, SGA is offering the opportunity for students to meet with executive board members.
If you're interested, you can sign up via email.
A Ball State fraternity has shown its dedication to friendship and inclusion today with a large donation to their paired philanthropy. The Brothers of Pi Kappa Phi met with Ball State Best Buddies chapter at Frog Baby to present them a check over $2,000. The fraternity was granted the money by their national chapter, who was impressed by their previous fundraising efforts for their philanthropy, including a bike-a-thon, movie nights, and tricycle races. The money will be used for the cost of transportation activities and other events for Best Buddies to continue their mission of promoting inclusion and acceptance of all people of all abilities.
As a chapter on a local level at Ball State, we do all those things to fulfill the mission, but sometimes that's hard because friendship is free, yes, but as far as, you know, transportation and food and age-appropriate activities and creating those opportunities for leadership and for work, a lot of those things cost money. And so actually last year we started, I think we had like $200 maybe. And so last year was a big fundraising year for us because we're like, we want to grow. This is like the 12th year that Ball State has been a chapter at Best Buddies. And so we kind of we were so like, we just need money so we can do more for our buddies and for us and just to grow as a chapter.
And if you share Best Buddies' commitment to celebrating our differences, you can get involved by visiting NewsLink and clicking the Best Buddies section to find more information.
The Muncie Animal Shelter is working to find new homes for animals rescued from Hurricane Harvey. The shelter has been housing cats and dogs that were left in the Houston area animal shelter for a week now. When Texas was hit by the hurricane, people living there decided to evacuate, and they weren't the only ones. Dogs and cats from Houston's animal shelter were transported to different states all across the U.S., and a few ended up right here in Muncie. The shelter took in 10 cats and 9 dogs in the last week. 5 cats and 6 dogs have found their forever home.
And so it's very common in the shelter world that there are mass transports that come from state to state, and all of these dogs and cats were on a transport system. So this was an existing transport, and they contacted us to see if we'd be interested in helping out, and we were.
And the Muncie Animal Shelter is planning on getting another special delivery this week. They are taking in 6 pit bulls from the Tampa area affected by Hurricane Irma. If you are interested in adopting, you can call the Muncie Animal Shelter at 765-747-4851. And what do you have for us coming up in weather?
Yeah, fall is just 3 days away, guys, and I would tell you everything that you need to know and more, including temperatures and what you can expect coming up in my full forecast.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Back again with NewsLink Indiana. We have an update on that hurricane that's building in the Atlantic Ocean. As of Tuesday, Hurricane Maria is considered a Category 5 hurricane.
Tanner, that's right. The storm threatens Puerto Rico with the next day. Maria has already caused widespread damage in Dominica and killed one in Guadalupe. Maria is expected to weaken to a Category 4 hurricane by Thursday at 2 p.m. and to a Category 2 by Sunday at 2 p.m.
Now, we could feel the effects of Hurricane Irma last week, but hopefully we don't feel those effects this week with Maria. Molly?
Yeah, that's right, Tanner. There will be no rain in store for the rest of the week as we are going to be tracking a lot of sunshine in store. But right now, let's get to radar to see what you can expect. You can see that showers and thunderstorms have begun to move through the Muncie area earlier in the night, and you can see that places like Richmond and Winchester have seen a measurable amount of rainfall in store for them, but that has passed through, and we are looking at current conditions right now at 70 degrees. Still a little bit warm out there, and temperatures will begin to drop as the night progresses on. But as for highs today, we are well above average for this time of year. We had highs of 83 degrees in Indianapolis, 80 in Muncie, and down in Shelbyville, 81 degrees. Now the average temperature for this time of year is 76 degrees, so we are well past that, and we will stay well past that for the next few days to come. For tonight, you can see we are going to dip down to the lower to middle 60s by 3 a.m., 67 degrees overall. Let's check out what you can expect for tomorrow. This is going to be 1 a.m. for tonight. Overall, you can start to see the buildup of clouds starting to increase, and they will progress even into the morning as well. This is going to be 10 a.m. when you're heading to class. Overall, those mostly cloudy conditions, but by lunchtime, things should be starting to break up and making a little bit of sunshine to break through by late lunchtime hours, 2 o'clock p.m. So what you can expect for tomorrow on your commute to work or even school, you're going to have mostly cloudy conditions with highs in the middle to upper 60s for the morning. But as the day progresses on, that daytime temperature will increase, and we will be right back up again in the middle to upper 80s, well above normal once again. 82 degrees, mostly cloudy conditions, like I said before, those decreasing clouds making way for a little bit of sunshine to come. So let's take a look at what you can expect for Friday. It is the first day of fall. Overall, we're going to have 84 degrees evening as well, and temperatures will dip right back down in the middle to 60s by the morning time. So let's take a look at what you can expect coming up in the 7-day. We're going to have 84 degrees for Friday, and take a look at this nice outlook for the rest of the weekend. Sunshine for the rest of the week, and highs do not get out of the middle to upper 80s. Once again, those above average temps.
All right, Molly, thank you so much. Andrew, what do we have coming up in sports?
Well, coming up, we have a recap of the final round of the Women's Golf Cardinal Classic. We'll also look ahead to Ball State football's road game this weekend against Western Kentucky. Stay tuned.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family.
And I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Andrew Sanders here with sports. Starting out with golf, the final round of the Cardinal Classic wrapped up today, marking the second tournament of the young season. NewsLink's Josh Shelton caught up with Morgan Nataline and Coach Catherine Mowat after the round.
After the final round of the Cardinal Classic came to a close, Ball State found itself tied for ninth. While not the most ideal of finishes, senior Morgan Nataline liked the improvement throughout the tournament.
I think we did really well as a team. Today we had a lot better scores. I just learned some of them. Some people struggled in the first round, but we all kind of picked it up, and we really contributed and tried to do the best we could. I think we did well with the conditions and knowing how we're playing, and I think today we pulled together some really good scores.
Because of Nataline's personality on and off the course, head coach Catherine Mowat looks to her for consistency.
She's very calm by nature. She doesn't let a lot rattle her, so she's just emotionally in check, and she's very consistent. We played, she had worked hard this week to keep her spot in the lineup, and she played a lot of golf, and she certainly showed that she's one of our most consistent players on the team.
And Nataline is excited about her new leadership role on the team and the direction they're headed.
It's really different. It's different not having the same team I've had the past couple years. Being the only senior, you have to really take that role, and I love doing it. I love the freshmen. They really put in a lot of work, and I just love seeing the excitement and anxiousness that they have, and I'm really excited to see where the season goes with them.
In Yorktown, Josh Shelton, NewsLink, Indiana.
The team will be back on the road Friday, traveling to Boston College for a weekend tournament. This week, Ball State football is on the road for their first away game in 2 weeks against Western Kentucky. It also marks the last game of non-conference play for the Cardinals. The Ball State Cardinals football team is off to a competitive start on the season with a 2-1 record, winning their last 2 games in a row at home. Playing on the road has its challenges, and limited practice due to weather conditions only makes it tougher. Today at practice, senior captain Anthony Winbush and head coach of the team, Mike New, touched on what it takes to keep this winning streak alive.
My goal has been just to stay consistent with my technique and just to play every play like it's my last and just go hard and become noticed. Our key is communication. Our coaches preach that a lot with us, and Coach Elston, he makes sure that everybody's doing it right in practice, or else we'll go over it a couple times. But really, our main thing this year is communication.
Going into the season here, I think our defense has had some really good moments, and we had some moments obviously we got to clean up and make sure we're all on the same page. But I am proud of where we're at. We just got to keep working hard and making sure we're getting better every day.
Now, this matchup marks the beginning of a 3-game stretch for the Cardinals on the road, who are seeking their first road win of the season, but it also marks the end of non-conference action for the Cardinals. They'll be kicking off MAC play next Saturday against Western Michigan.
Yeah, scary to see them going to Western Michigan, but good win for them against Tennessee Tech.
Tennessee Tech, yes. They had a very good game the past weekend, hoping to build on that momentum moving forward in this season.
Seems like a good start to the season.
Very well.
All right, Andrew, thank you so much. A TV show that aired 10 years ago today is still just as popular.
Find out that and more in our brand new trending segment after the break.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener and loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
I'm Katie McLaughlin, and here's what's trending now. Some popular Upper East Siders are celebrating today. Gossip Girl aired on this day 10 years ago. Although we no longer keep up with Blair and Serena on a weekly basis, the show's legacy continues. Right now, Gossip Girl is still one of the most viewed series on Netflix. A lot has changed since S and B were strolling on the streets of Manhattan. Serena Vanderwoodson, better known as Blake Lively, has kept busy by marrying husband Ryan Reynolds and having 2 daughters, James and Inez. She has recently starred in The Shallows and is going to play the leading role in the upcoming thriller The Husband's Secret. Blair Waldorf, aka Leighton Meester, on the other hand, has enjoyed focusing time on her music career.
You know, it's kind of hard to believe 10 years.
10 years ago, that's
10
crazy.
years ago.
And it doesn't even seem that long because we are still continuing to watch that on Netflix.
It's a very popular show still
yeah,
on Netflix.
Definitely.
I watched it like 2 years ago.
I know.
It's 10 years, that's crazy.
Yes, it's funny because I watched it and I'm still rewatching it. So it's just continuing in my life.
XOXO. Gossip Girl, I guess.
Some sad news today. There's mourning this week over the death of Patty Daly Caruso. She passed away in her home from a heart attack this past Sunday. Caruso was the mother of Carson Daly, host of TRL and The Voice. She was a TV personality best known for her independent interview show, Valley Views. There has been love and support shown to the Daly family through these hard times. Daly showed his appreciation by tweeting, "There are no words for the loss of Mom. Thank you for the incredible outpouring of love. It helps."
So sad to see that story come across my phone this week. You know,
Yeah,
it's just so
such a familiar face. I feel like
Yes.
he hosts like every show.
He does,
on
yeah.
TV.
Yeah, so I wonder how that's going to affect.
I know.
All right, hey, thank you so much. Molly, what can we expect for the weather?
Warm temperatures, guys. Go out and enjoy that weather. There's going to be plenty of sunshine for the rest of the week, so be sure to go out. Friday is the first day of fall. We will have a high of 84 degrees with some sunshine. And look at those temperatures, highs in the middle to upper 80s for the weekend with sunshine. So go out and enjoy those outdoors, do some fall festivities, and have fun with it, guys.
Molly, are you sure it's not the first day of summer?
I know.
I saw 85 there. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be in the fall.
Is the 85 normal
crazy?
for this time of year?
The normal temperature average for this time of year is 76 degrees.
Wow.
We are way past 76 degrees.
I know.
Like insane.
Well, you think football, fall weather,
like
sweater,
cooler jackets.
85 degrees.
A crazy. But yeah.
Well, great. Well, I'm looking forward to the warm temperatures. Hopefully it'll stick around for a little bit. And that is all for NewsLink Indiana tonight. Be sure to watch us tomorrow night right here at 9 p.m. on Cardinal Vision or online at ballstatedaily.com.
And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night.